Hello guys, welcome back to SWS Boxing. Delighted to get Frak Ali on the channel. He's currently had 9 fights. He's 8 wins with a draw. And yeah, he's boxing um at the Bowls Exhibition Centre in Manchester. He's boxing for the Central Area title against Lewis Wood. Is the title vacant or doesn't Lewis Wood currently have it?
Lewis Woods currently he got it. He's defending against me. Yeah, he won it in his last one.
Yeah, and is it for the super featherweight one, yeah?
Sorry, bro, I just had a call come through. Say that again.
I said, is it for the super feather one?
Yeah, super fair. That
All right, before we get into that fight, yeah, just talk about how you sort of got into this. Just yeah, talk about how you got into boxing.
yeah, I got into boxing around the age of 8. I'm from Sheffield, so when I was 8, I went down to Dave Colwell's gym when he used to be in Sheffield, and then that's been my first memory. Then ever since then, just been addicted to watching it, participating in it, and just being a pro boxer right now. Yeah.
So did Dave used to train you or?
No, I just, do you know what it is? My brother used to train there back in his days, and Dave had a gym in Hyde Park in the flats. So I just used to go there, sit on a chair, and just watch my brother because my brother goes, "Look, I'm not gonna let you box because it's becoming too addictive for you." At the time, I didn't really know what he was on about because I was like, "Yo, why are you making me sit on a chair when you're there punching a bag? I want to do it." But he said to Dave, "Listen, make sure you don't move off that chair." We were very strict with me, and he goes, "Look, just watch." And then when I got a bit older, about a year or so on, 2 years on, that's when I finally was able to punch a bag and stuff. So ever since then, honestly, yeah, my brother was very strict, and it was like he kind of knew the minute I start punching someone or getting involved in it, it's gonna stick. So maybe that's why he said it to me. Yeah, it must be. Yeah, yeah. You know what I mean? A boxer knows, doesn't it? He'll
Yes.
always know that feeling,
Was
and
your brother
especially being my younger brother, especially him being an older brother to me, obviously he knows best in it. So he's had that feeling.
was he an amateur boxer or?
Nah, nah, my brother just used to, bro, you're talking about what? 20 plus years ago. I'm 29 now. So yeah, literally about 20 plus years ago. So he just used to go to the gym with his mates and stuff, cousins, and just go there, mess about, punch a bag, sparring, just like we do now, you know what I mean? And I would just sit on a chair, just, you know what I mean? That was my first memory, honestly, yeah.
Yeah. So would you? My next question was who got you into it? Was so you would say your brother?
Yeah, yeah, 100%, yeah. Definitely, yeah. Because I remember that was the first time I went to a gym. And then I also remember the first fight I watched was Mike Tyson versus Lennox Lewis. I remember my dad and my brother woke me up for that, and I watched that fight. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's my first fight I ever watched as well.
And from then, would you say it's stuck with you since?
Honestly, yeah. We'll put it like this: I'm 29 now. That fight was what? How many years ago? I still remember coming down the stairs, sat on the sofa, eating a doner kebab and watching that fight. Honestly, yeah, crazy, crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, 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 crazy.
Did you have an amateur career?
Yes, I had around about 29 amateur fights. I was always on and off with amateurs. I had quite a few personal issues going off in my house around about when I was 19, 20. I lost a few family members and whatnot, and I kind of had to like do other things with my life. And but then boxing kind of took that pain and stress away from me. So it was always on and off. So yeah, man,
Did
boxing's
you?
been a very good savior for me. Yeah,
Yeah.
honestly, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Did you win any notable like? Did you win any national
Nah,
fights
nah,
or?
nah, nothing like that, bro. Nothing, nothing. Not really achieved what I should have achieved in the amateurs. I was very talented, honestly. I was very, my trainer always said it, look, you're very talented, but you just got to believe in yourself. But because my heart wasn't really in it, I didn't believe in myself. And honestly, the amount of people when I used to go spar them and whatnot, they used to say, look, Frak is so talented, it's unbelievable. But there's one thing other people telling you, and there's another thing you were doing it. When I truly didn't believe it, like I was talented whatsoever, I didn't believe I was whatsoever. And I was like, what are they on about? And only now, since I've turned pro, I've actually got the confidence in myself. And I was like, fuck, why didn't I get myself in gear all them years ago? Would have been someone completely different. But obviously, maturity and age and wisdom, it plays a part in it. I was young and naive then. I didn't believe in myself and I didn't really have confidence in myself. But now I'm full of confidence. Yeah, honestly, yeah.
Yeah, exactly that, and you're doing well, and that's why you've got this title shot. You made your debut against Jake Pollard back in 2021 in the Magna Centre. Does it feel that long ago?
Yeah, Jake Pollard, the real road warrior. I know now he's come on quite a lot. He's very good at what he does. Back then, he was
He only had
he had a
20
bit
fights back then.
he had a bit of ambition back then because he said to me after, "Look, Frak, I actually come to give it to you, but you're just too good for me." He's told me honestly, he goes, "Look, you're just too good." And I look, fair play to you, and he goes, "Look, you're gonna do very well." And that's from Jake Pollard. And I've seen Jake Pollard since, to be fair. And he always says to me, Frank, when I fought you, that performance still stands out, and I respect him for that. Yeah.
Yeah, and he's one of the toughest as they come, and he's still going as well, and he's doing well, isn't he, on the road? He
Oh
picked
yeah,
up a win, didn't
100.
he, in his
He
50th
did.
contest?
He deserves it, man. Honestly, yeah, Jake Pollard, he deserves it, man. All these road warriors and whatnot, they deserve it, man. Yeah, man.
Yeah, yeah, because they're the backbone of the sport, and not many people realize that. Some of the people who only watch the well, the bigger, like the Matchroom sort of fights, the Queensbury shows, and not the smaller hall level scene. They don't realize how these journeymen, they sometimes they step in on a week, 2 days, 3 days notice to sort of save you a fight as well, don't they? Sometimes.
Oh yeah, 100%. Like, I've got a cousin. His name's Cass Hussain. He was a journeyman road warrior. He had around 150 fights or something. He retired a few years back. And I always speak to him on phone call, like we're always back and forth on call. And even he goes, "Look, Frank, without us guys being in the sport, people like you couldn't do what they're doing." And the amount of knowledge I've learned from him being in his position, and now he's a manager and whatnot. And it's just amazing just to get the insight of actually what goes off business aspect and in the away changing corners and their mentality. And it's amazing, man, because I feel like I know a lot about the business of boxing, and I feel like I know a lot about the promotion of boxing, the management of boxing. I feel like I overall know about the boxing game, so you can't really pull wool over my eyes.
Mm. And you went
Yeah,
out
yeah.
into Dubai in your second fight against Ed Harrison, another tough journeyman, and it
Ed
was a
Harrison, yeah, I
it was a
believe before.
majority
Yeah,
decision
yeah.
win. But I don't, no offense to Ed, but I don't see how a judge had
I
it
don't see.
draw.
Yeah, one of the judges had it a draw. I'm not gonna lie. I think he was somewhere from Middle East. I don't know what you were watching like, but all the other judges had it. I won every round. But Ed Harrison was good. I know he boxed Adam Azim for his debut, and then
Oh
straight
yeah.
after. And to be fair, Adam Azim at that time didn't even stop him. And look at him now. Adam Azim knocking everyone out. So I knew he was very durable. And I thought if Adam can't take him out, I ain't got no chance. You know what I mean? I ain't got no chance. So it was good, man. Good learning rounds. Boxing Dubai, boxing in front of the royal family in Dubai. I had the uh,
How do they run their shows in Dubai? Is it a bit different
so
to over here?
so what it is in Dubai. It was Amir Khan's crypto event. I know a lot of people are banging on about, oh yeah, Saudi had the first boxing shows and Middle East, but really it was
Dubai.
Amir Khan who did the first thing, who did the shows in Dubai. And a lot of people take that away and they forget about it. But it was actually Khan who opened the doors for a lot of people. So yeah, man, big up Amir, man. But yeah, man, I had the royal family there. I had the president of WBC come to me after and go, look, Frank, you are fucking talented. And for WBC to say that to me, it was unbelievable, man. And the
Fingers
yeah,
crossed
man.
you'll meet him in a few years' time when you eventually, hopefully everything goes well. You
Yeah, to be fair with you, I've been out to the Middle East since I've met Mauricio a few times. Still remembers me, so it's good, man. It's good. The amount of links I made out from Dubai is unbelievable, man. I could probably go there any day of the week, and I'll just get the amount of love I get shown there. It's unbelievable, man. I just think, yo, I'm just a lad from Sheffield who didn't really have no confidence in himself, and now I can like pretty much travel to many boxing places, and everybody recognizes me, or they know of my name, or they know of the management company. It's just unbelievable, man, how my life's changed. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I know you've had three fights in between this fight, but talk about the Sam Melvy fight because I've spoke to Sam a few times. He's a good fighter and he gives it a go, doesn't he? And you managed
Yeah, yeah,
to put him down in the opening round. Talk about that fight.
yeah, yeah. I like Sam Melville. He did a podcast not long ago, And he goes, "Oh, look, when I seen Frak on the scales, he was very small and very skinny. And I thought, oh, look, I'll be able to walk through this kid." But he's going, "Oh, when I stood in ring with him, we were like, I'll find a different person." I was so shocked at how big Frak was. And I was like, it is what it is, isn't it? But yeah, man, I like Sam. He was a, to be fair, Sam was like that first barrier breaking at the journeyman route because he was on road, but he still has a lot of ambition.
He
He's
was
still got a lot of
three
pride.
and
He's very young.
he was 3 and 5 when he fought.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
was
So
half half.
he's got he's got that ambition. He had that ambition, and he thought if I can chin Frack, I'll go out and do it. And he trained for it because Sam was in some fucking good shape. He had some right abs on him, and I thought to myself, "Fucking hell, I've got myself here. This is a bit of a jump up now, this soon." But I just got to do what I did, and yeah, man, I put Sam down. Probably the best I've boxed in quite a few fights. So yeah, man. Also, Sam gave me a lot of praises. So yeah, man, it was a good confidence boost for me. Yeah, all
Hmm.
heading to the right direction to where I am now. Yeah.
Yeah, and then you fought Louis Norman, a
Oh
former
yes,
English champion, and that was a bit of a war, in my opinion. I remember watching that. I think it was one of the best fights on the show. It was you won by a point, 57-56, and he did put you down
correct.
in round 5.
Yeah, so with Louis Norman, fucking hell, everybody knows Louis Norman, doesn't it? He's been about circuit for many years, boxed on every big platform. But yeah, I got put down by Norman in round, was it round five, weren't it, bro? It was,
Fifth.
weren't it? Yeah, round five. But even before that, round one to round four, on scorecards, I won them all clear anyway. It was round five when he clipped me with that body shot, and I was like, fucking hell, what the fuck have I been hit with? Like, I've been hit very hard to head, to body. But with that experience he's got in fighting world class fighters he's been in with, he knows how to place his shots, and his record might not suggest he's a big puncher. Which not putting him down, he's not a puncher, but the timing he's got and the accuracy, you cannot just blag that. That is experience. And I was a bit young, naive, and I thought, oh, this is easy. It's another takeover fight. I've got a good name on my record here. And then the minute I switched off, bam, I thought, fuck me, what the fuck have I been hit with?
But you won
And
that round 6, didn't you?
to be fair, yeah, I won round six, and I spoke to Norman after. He said to me, Frag, that round six, how you box, he's going, listen, if you box like that in round one to round four, I don't think that body shot would have ever happened. He's going, the amount of mental focus you had in that round six, I know you're a very good boxer, and I know you'll go far. And that was Louis Norman saying that after he's put me down.
Yeah, exactly that. And so you did prove that you could get off the canvas, and then but
Bang on.
sometimes it wakes you up as well, doesn't it?
Oh yeah, 100%, bro, 100%. It wakes you up, man, because it
So
gives you a bit of a
it
wake
just
up call
teaches
as
you
well.
don't to switch off, doesn't it?
Yeah, it gives you a bit of wake up call because you get into that mentality of, oh, this lad's here just to pick up a paycheck. I'm just in the ring to just work on a few things. But then the minute I got caught, I wasn't used to it in a competitive environment, and it put me off guard. But I learned so much from that because psychologically I had to recover from that. Mentally, I did because when I was training after a few weeks, all I was getting was flashbacks from Louis Norman, and I was like, yo, this is weird. I didn't think this shit happens in reality. I thought it was just in movies where you just get flashbacks. But that opened my eyes to a lot, and I thank Louis Norman for that. Yeah, honestly, yeah, I thank him. I
Yeah.
thank him a lot. Yeah, I thank Louis Norman. Yeah.
So you beat Lopez Flores, and then you fought Kevin Tranner earlier this year,
Mm.
and
Yeah.
it was a draw.
Yes, yes. So yeah, Lopez Flores, he's a big puncher in his own right. That was an easy fight, and then Kevin Trana. If you look at Kevin Trana's record now on BoxRec, other than myself and one or two of Frank Warren's fighters, he has actually not been to the UK. Like he doesn't come to the UK just to fight like a small horse show fighters
He
because
fought
small
Chris
horse.
Spore, didn't he?
But who's he with though? He's with Frank though, innit?
Yeah, yeah.
On a small hole platform, fighters in the home corner will not take the risk against guys like Kevin Trana. He only come here where if the money made sense is on a big platform. Otherwise, he'll fight in bloody Barcelona and whatnot in
But
eight
I
rounds,
think
2 rounds.
GBM's a good platform.
It is. But what I'm trying to say is, if you compare him to like other small old shows, you don't see Kevin Trana on them.
Yeah, yeah.
Why don't you see on him? He's there for the big shows, big platform where he's going to pick up a win, not just to come for a paycheck. He's there, and promoters will not be willing to take the risk knowing this lad's a dangerous kid. And what you got to understand about Kevin Tranter, the amount of Golden Gloves championships he actually won in
Top
his
amateur.
heyday, he was a very, very top amateur. Like that, his titles equivalent to national titles in the UK circuit and national titles here. Look at the Eddie Hearn fighters, look at the Frank Warrens. So where Kevin Tranter's from, that equates to that. So into going into that fight, I don't regret taking it because I know the level Kevin Tranter was at, and that's why I always said if I don't perform, Kevin Tranter will bash me pillar to post. And he did. He did. I'm not gonna lie to you, he did. But he only did that because I let him do that. Because number one, I went in there with the wrong game plan. I felt like I had a lot to prove. But it is what it is because I've learned from that now. And same again, I thank Kevin Tranter because it's lucky Kevin Tranter couldn't really punch because it would
Did
have
you
been
still
lights out
think
for me
you
that
won
night.
it?
100%. Honestly, yeah. At the time when they were reading out the scorecards, I thought I took it by about 2 rounds. And then when they said 78, 78, I was like, you know what? Fair play. End of the day, fair play. But to say I lost that fight, no. They weren't ouncing me what I thought I lost that fight. But to say it was a draw, you know what? Fair play.
Did you
It
ever
is what it
think
is.
of running that fight back or no?
No, because why would I need to? You put yourself in my position. Why would I need to run a fight like Kevin Trainer back? Number one, you got to understand is I'm the home fighter. I'm the one paying Kevin Trainer. And Kevin Trainer wasn't cheap. So if there's no reward or any other benefit than getting a win against him, but if I go to the gym and just learn from the mistakes I made, number one, I'm saving a shit ton of money. And number two, I've just got a central area title fight.
Yeah, I mean,
Think about it. Think
how
it, and
did
it, and
this?
it, wa- and it wasn't like Kevin Trainer like completely bossed me from round one to round six. It was a very close fight.
I
And the
thought you
reality
nicked it
is,
though.
like I'm saying, everyone's got their own opinions. It is what it is. And the judges seen it as a draw. The judges seen it as a draw. It is what it is. I'm not going to sit here and say I should have won or I should have lost or it should have been a draw. End of the day, if I lost that now, I would put hands up. Kevin Traner's won. If I drew, I withdrew. If I won, I won. End of the day, I can't control what the judges see or whatnot. You know what I mean? They don't work like that.
Mm,
But everything happens for a reason. And even that Kevin Traner fight, I've always put myself in very tough positions and I've always pushed my management. If it's not a hard fight and it's not a road warrior who's to took up, don't give me the fight because I want to fight and push myself. If not, take my boxing license off me now.
mm,
Simple. I'm not here to con myself and I'm
yeah,
not investing out my own pocket just to say I'm a professional boxer. I'm here to test myself
exactly
and
that,
I'm
mate.
here to win belts. Simple.
Yeah, we'll talk about before we get into the Wood fight. Aren't you signed with GBM now?
Yes, I've always been with GBM, bro. I was actually the first fighter with GBM. You know what I mean? So before GBM actually opened, Izzy Asif is a family friend of my family. So my dad and my brother actually used to play cricket with Izzy back in days when he was like very young. So we've always known of Izzy. He's always been good with his mouth. He's always been a talker, but now he's put it into something useful. That's why he's got the heights he's got.
And how happy are you to be, working alongside him? Of course, he's recently got a fight deal with not a fight deal, a contract with DAZN, and yeah, how happy are you for him?
Very happy, man. He deserves it. You know what I mean? Because what you got to understand is before Izzy had anyone, me and Izzy sat down and Izzy said to me, look, Frak, I want to manage you. And I've said, look, let's go for it. And then Izzy told me his ambitions in the sport. At the time, I thought he was full of shit, like everybody else. You know what I mean? But then as time goes on, you build trust, and he's delivered, and he smashed it. Honestly, yeah,
And
I
he's
can't
got
wish
you to
him.
where you are now.
Honestly, he's got me to where I am. You know what I mean? I always said to Izzy, if you can't deliver me a title, you let me know, and I'll stop boxing. Izzy goes to me, Frack, I'm gonna deliver exactly what I say, and you do exactly what you're gonna do. He's delivered, I've delivered, and here we are.
Yeah, so talk about, of course, you're going into the Lions Den against Lewis Wood, who, of course, he's the current champion. What do you make of Lewis Wood, and what do you know of Lewis Wood?
I know a lot about Lewis Wood. I've got a few mutual friends who actually train with Lewis Wood. So I know everything about Lewis Wood, A to Z. I know exactly his mentality, his training method, everything. I know who he spars with.
Did
I
you
know
watch
who
his
he get.
fight with John Edmondson?
I did. I watched that fight, and I weren't was to say was I impressed with it. It is what it is. Like He's just a boxer in there with a belt, and it's somehow what I want. And it's one of them, yeah.
Do you think it'll be your hardest challenge to date?
No, no,
No.
no,
Do you look
no.
into his fight with John? Of course, John did put him down in round two. And do you feel John won? Do you feel like he deserved to win that fight, or would you
Well, he got put down. I don't know what round he got put down, but he got
second?
put down. It happens at the end of the day. I'm not going to criticize a lad for getting put down on the horse. It's
Yeah, yeah,
boxing. If you don't expect that, you're deluded.
yeah. But
No
and then
one's
he
got a
got back up
bloody.
and won.
And
So
he got,
fair
yeah,
play.
he got back up and won in fair play. And honestly, I give him the whole credit, and I'm happy he went home safe to his family. Honestly, I am. But put myself in that position, if I had him like that, it would have been like out then and there.
Yeah. Do you feel like
But yeah,
some?
like you said, he's not my biggest challenge, you know. I've always banged on about it. I don't know how much you followed my career or not, but I always said to GBM media team on camera, the minute I step up and fight someone who's actual live opponent and not, or in like a proper 50-50 fight, that's gonna be my easiest fight. And everybody looks at me like, what are you on about? That's gonna be easiest fight. If you're fighting a journeyman, they're technically there to lose. And I'm saying, and I said to him, look, if you're not in that position, you don't know what I'm on about.
Yeah, because
But now
people don't
you
understand.
don't understand. And I've gone, this fight here is going to be my easiest fight today, and you're going to see why.
Because it's somebody who's going to come firing back at you,
Of course,
and he and
simple.
he wants it as much as you do.
Of course, this is going to be my easiest fight. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not deluded, and I'm not thinking, oh, I'm going to walk through him. I'm not. It's going to be very hard night's work for me. But I'm saying boxing ability and capability and staying switched on, this is going to be my easiest fight.
Do you think a few people? Do you feel like some people will write you off in this fight as you're the challenger?
To be fair with you, no one's right me off. No, everyone is actually seeing me as year side. I don't know one person who's seeing him as the winner. Nobody.
Do
His
you
own
think?
his own his own management don't even believe he's gonna win. There's no I'm not gonna get into detail of what I know and what's been said and whatnot, but his own team don't believe he's gonna win. I do not have a slight in me that I'm gonna lose this fight. End of the day, anything can happen in a fight, but to say like I'm the underdog or whatever, no, I'm just going into his backyard. I'm gonna beat him and come home and bring the belt.
What,
Simple.
and what? Of course, you're fighting for your first belt, and it's your first 10 rounder. How does that make you feel? And what does the Central Area title mean to you?
Listen, do you know when I actually went to Izzy first, and you can ask him this, you can even ring him up right now. I said to Izzy said to me, "Look, Frak, what do you want out of boxing?" And I said it to him. I'm not looking miles ahead. First thing I said is that I want a Central Area title, and that was it. I'm going to listen. I want a Central Area. There were no like I want an English title. I want a world champion. I said to Izzy, watch, I want a Central Area title, and I even said to him, if you can get me that Central Area within my first 5 fights, I'll be more than happy. Obviously, it's not happening in first five because the development, and obviously you got to work your way through rankings and the board. And obviously, I'm quite naive back then, so I didn't know how it worked. But I can only comfort Central. Anything above that's a bonus, and
Yeah,
you can ask him that. I'm not
and
lying about that. You can ask him.
and some of the best fights I've seen have been for the area title as
They've
well.
all honestly, they've all been for areas. Honestly, the best fights are for areas because it means so much, and they're always scraps. They're always scraps, and I want to be involved in them, and I want everyone to go home and be like, "Wow, what a fucking fight that was! That kid's got balls."
When you say it's going to be your easiest fight, do you feel like you'll get him out of there early, or
Uh, this fight's gonna go. There's different ways this fight's gonna plan out, and it all comes down to not what I'm gonna do. It just comes down to what he does. But I'm not gonna lie to you, if this fight's gotta be boring as fuck, I'll make it boring as fuck. If it's gonna be standing in middle and banging with him, I'll stand in middle and bang with him. If it's any honesty, yeah, it's literally whatever fight he wants to bring, I will adapt to that. I've just got to win. I don't care if people walk out that stadium and be like, "Oh, this was a fucking riot shit fight." That ain't gonna happen. But I'm just giving little scenarios. The reality is, I've got to win. because I know the next two, three, four, what is in line. I already know. I already know what's there. This is just about winning and bringing a belt back to GBM, and that's it. And
Hmm.
that is it.
And bef have you got a message to the supporters who will be at this fight and watching it at home?
Yeah, I have sold quite a few tickets for this. To be fair with you, after this little interview, I'm actually going to be going out to give a few more tickets out to my mates and whatnot. So it's a Sunday and the graft don't stop. You know what I mean? So yeah, man, everyone who buys tickets from my debut, honestly, even from start, I've always had a good support back in. A lot of people have been on the frack train. People have fell off, come back, but I take nothing personal. You know what I mean? Nothing's personal. It's all business. And everyone who still continuously buys tickets, honestly, without them guys, I could not box because financially I'll be paying out of my own pocket.
Yeah.
And a lot of people do believe in me and they know what I can do and they know what I can't do. Let's get that right. People knows the capabilities I can get to and the levels I've got. So I appreciate everyone for putting their trust in me. And yeah, man, everyone who buys tickets,
Oh, you're on mute.
appreciate them a lot.
Hmm. And yeah, before I let you go, do you want to shout out your manager, your trainers, your friends, just anyone who's helping you on your journey at the minute?
Yeah, man, without Izzy Asif, honestly, I wouldn't even be boxing without Izzy. He's helped me massively because he got me back into boxing. He gave me that honest conversation. He kicked my ass back into gear and he goes, "Look, Frak, you've got a small window, you've got a shit ton of potential. You know what I mean? Go out there and smash it. I've got the platform. Go do you. Go live a dream." And I thank Izzy a lot, honestly, yeah. The day I hung up the gloves, honestly, yeah. I'll remember Izzy for the rest of my life. You know what I mean? The memories I've had with Izzy, every conversations I've had with him, I'll never forget him because he's technically given me the life I'm living right now. So yeah, big up Izzy, man. My trainer Keith Palmer, he probably gets annoyed at me all the time at gym because I don't listen or whatnot, but everything slowly kicks into gear. And this time next week, Sunday, I'll have a belt. Right now, I'm empty-handed. Next week, I'll have a belt.
You
So
have that belt
yeah,
around your
man.
shoulder there.
I'll have it somewhere. I don't know where it's gonna be. It'll be somewhere. It'll be back in Sheffield. That's all I know. But yeah, man, everybody who I spar with, you know what I mean? But also the guys on sparring as well. They're like in UK, like top five, top 10. I don't need to name them, but you just go on Box Rec. I'm sparring them kids for their big fights they've been having up for Lewis Wood. And
Hmm.
to say I'm getting smashed up now, I'm holding my own. So I know what level I'm at. And I don't need to brag about it. I just gotta show it. And
Hmm.
this is the first fight where I'm gonna show it.
Exactly that. And yeah, from me, Frak, thank you for your time and good luck with the fight next week. All the best.
Thank you, my bro. Thank you. Appreciate that. Yeah. Thank you.
Anytime, mate. Good luck.
Thank you.